Are we live? I think we're live. Welcome, folks. Bitcoiners, pre-coiners, no coiners, new coiners, Swan Force members. Welcome to Swan Lounge, a weekly show in which you get to hang out with the Swan team. Well, today it's actually just me. You get to hang out with me and some of my friends from the amazingly exciting world of Bitcoin. Now, before we dive in, as always, we are giving away Jan Pritzker's book, Inventing Bitcoin, for free. Why do we do this? So that we can help spread Bitcoin knowledge. It is one of my favorite books on Bitcoin. It's probably the first book I give to anybody. It's like a 2-3 hour read at most. And you know, when you're done reading it, you come away knowing not only why Bitcoin is important, but also how it works. It's a great book. You can go to swanbitcoin.com/free book to claim your copy. We have it in 3 different ebook formats and MP3 read by our friend Guy Swan over at Bitcoin Audible. All we ask is that you pay it forward by sharing the book with at least 3 friends and family, preferably more. Share it around, share it with everybody, share it with your neighbors, share it with your coworkers. Go annoy people with the book. Well, don't annoy them, share the book wherever you can. And to all the Swan Force members out there, remember, look in your referral dashboard where you will find a link that you can send the book to. I can't talk today. I'm going too fast. I got to slow down, take it easy. We're lounging here on Swan Lounge. All right, Swan Force members, remember, go to your referral dashboard where you will find a link that you can use to send the free book offer while still getting the referral credit. And if you are not signed up for Swan Force being our amazing referral program, which lets you get paid in sweet sats to recruit new Bitcoiners, go to swanbitcoin.com/enlist to get started. You'll earn 25% of Swan's fees on their purchases for 3 years. And your referral will get $10 of free Bitcoin when they open an account with Swan. And you get a really cool landing page. Mine says, Brecky welcomes you to Swan. And it says, has a nice quote there. It's great. You send people there, they feel welcomed. It's awesome. I'd also like to welcome anyone who is new to the show and new to Swan Bitcoin, because you might have found this on YouTube and be asking yourself, well, what is Swan Bitcoin? Well, quite simply, Swan Bitcoin is the best way to accumulate Bitcoin with automatic recurring buys, instant buys, and wires up to $10 million. The other day, some people were asking me about this new thing, this Sats coin, and they're saying, well, what's the Sats coin? Well, Sats, for those who don't know, Sats are the smallest denomination of a Bitcoin. There are 100 million Sats in each Bitcoin, and you can get those at Swan too. When you buy Bitcoin, you're getting Sats. Same thing. We're going to talk about that today. We have the lowest fees in the industry for our services, by the way, up to 80% lower than Coinbase. Ooh, Coinbase. And up to 50% lower than Cash App. Cash App's cool, but we got lower fees. And we have incredibly fast onboarding. Go from 0 to Bitcoin in as few as 5 minutes. And you can also pay yourself in Bitcoin. This is what I do. Why? Because fiat money, the US dollar, is designed to go down in value. Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million coins, and this will not change. No one can debase the Bitcoin. This makes Bitcoin what we call sound money, and you deserve to get paid in sound money, not dirty fiat. Simply pick a percentage of your monthly income that you want to convert, then set it and forget it. Sometimes I wake up, I look at the Bitcoin price. I try not to do that very often. And I think, oh, I should buy Bitcoin. And then I remember, hey, I did buy Bitcoin because I'm buying Bitcoin every day at Swan. Time is the most precious asset that we have, folks. And, Bitcoin respects that time. Fiat money does not. That's why we're here. Also, make sure to watch to the end of the episode because we have a special segment, my favorite segment, Swan Force Fridays, where we will put our guests on the clock and give them 60 seconds to give us their best Bitcoin pitch. All right, folks, we've got a great show today. Before I bring in our guests, of course, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow the show. It helps us get seen on YouTube, which in turn helps us spread the good word about Bitcoin. So what kind of show do we have? What do we got going on today? Why is it called, number of people go up? What does that mean? Well, a lot of people in Bitcoin talk about number go up, which of course refers to the price. And while price is a driver of number of people go up, number of people go up is more important in my opinion. And we're going to get into that today. And to that end, we've got some great guests. We have got Desiree Dickerson, the queen of lightning gaming. We've got Will Reeves, the man with the plan to bring sats back to the world and who helped me earn sats back when I paid my taxes last week. Thank you, Will. We've got B0B0 Dread, a Bitcoiner on a mission to bring Bitcoin to his native land of Jamaica. And 2 last-minute additions. We've got Jack Everitt from THNDR Games. You may know THNDR Games is the game publisher behind Bitcoin Bounce, among other games. And my personal friend, Morrison. We were talking about sats the other day, and I thought it'd be great for this show. So Brett Morrison is here. He is a technologist. He is a Bitcoiner. He's a former SpaceX engineer. He's a brilliant guy. And Brett, you better have some brilliant things to say today. No pressure, no pressure. All right, folks. It's time for Swan Lounge, but don't say anything because I got to unmute everyone. Sorry for the loud clicks. I've got one of those annoying gaming mouses. All right, give me 1 second. And it's time for Swan Lounge. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing today?
Yo.
Quite the intro, Brecky. Stacking sats.
Give me a sec. I gotta recover from that one. Let's take a little bit out of me. Oh, what a week we've had in Bitcoin, huh? I can't even process it. So many things have happened. How's everyone doing? How's the general mood? I see Desiree is excited for the cicada emergence. Maybe you want to tell us a little bit about that before we get into the weeds of the Bitcoin stuff.
Yeah, it's a bull market in cicada land. The periodical cicadas have come to DC. So Brood X is every 17 years. So they are coming out in full force and doing their thing, procreating, like never letting us down. So basically like the Bitcoin of the cicada world. So yeah, I just got caught in this tea. So you're welcome for that.
Thank you, Desiree. Thank you for telling us about insect sex. It's gonna drive views for the show, that's for sure.
Great.
Will, you're laughing over there. Where are you in the wide world of Bitcoin? Are you down in Mexico, or do you not like to talk about it?
We're in the Sonoran Desert. We're in the Sonoran Desert, so a little close. I'm right next to the border.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Dread, I'm going to assume you're in Jamaica, although I already know that. But you got the flag going there, repping hard. I like it.
Well, I rep it, definitely rep it. But I'm in Miami early actually. I'm going to be here until the conference, so I'm hanging out from now.
Oh man, we'll definitely get into some conference talk. I'm excited about that. Jack, wait, hold on. I'm going to rearrange Dread and Jack so that it looks like he's talking to us and not just staring at the screen with a weird angle, you know.
All right.
Jack, where in the world do you come to us from?
I am currently in Suffolk in the UK, living with family at the moment until I move into my new place, my new bachelor pad.
You're kind of like you're a stereotype right now. You're playing video 100%. Games in your mom's basement. This is
that's exactly it. Spot on.
And Brett, where are you, sir? I don't know if you want to dox yourself, but go for it.
Los Angeles. Sunny, gorgeous day today. And Brecky and I, without doxing you, don't live too far apart. And we see each other on our bikes sometimes. So, yeah, no, happy to be here in LA. And, if for the of you that remember, the conference was going to be in LA until it wasn't. And, we're going to Miami. We're happy about that. But it was going to be right here in our backyard. Maybe next year, but I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I see people in the chat. They are buying the dip. I should buy the dip. That's a good idea. Anyway, let's move on to not talk about prices. Let's talk about number of people go up. We've got some folks here. I gave them a little bit of an introduction, but maybe we go around and we can kind of talk about it. I want to hear you folks introduce yourselves. Don't be shy. Will, who the hell are you? What did you build? Why should people care? The hard question.
This is a good question. So I had this insane idea to build a company that gives away the scarcest, best money ever and not hoard it for ourselves, which we're still probably in about 10, 15 years going to realize that if we just kept it all, hodled it ourselves, it would have been much better. But we're having fun right now. Fold gives you cash back in Bitcoin, not airline miles, points. Soon it's going to pay you out in interest in Bitcoin on your savings. We just have created a Bitcoin distribution machine to make sure that we give it to as many people as possible in the shortest amount of time.
That sounds wonderful, and which is why I use Fold pretty much every day. We'll get into some more details about that in a bit. Jack, who are you, man? I brought up, what was that? The eyes. You know what it is? You never look into the camera. I always see you with this angle. So,
yeah, my setup here in my family's house is a bit cramped, to be perfectly honest. It's like the only place the camera actually sits on the tripod.
That's funny. So, yeah, tell us about, maybe quickly tell us about THNDR Games and what you're working on and what you're excited about. And yeah, and we'll go from there.
So, yeah, THNDR Games is a indie games studio. And we try to make sort of simple, fun games that can be competitive. So we can give away Bitcoin in prize money, and we do all sorts of competitions every day. And during the weekend, we do a bigger competition. And the concept is simple. Like, I just want to onboard as many people to Bitcoin as I can with games, because I think that's going to be the most important people to onboard, in my opinion, is the young people. We need to get them learning how to use Bitcoin when it's like super easy for them, because they're just absorbing knowledge as they grow. So I think games is a great way to do that, and hopefully we can make the number go up in terms of adoption.
Well, you know, I'm a big fan of this. Somebody in the chat was just asking where our laser eyes are. I'll indulge you for a little while. Sorry, I'll turn the laser eyes on. It actually hurts to have the laser eyes on 24/7. You know, I'm keeping them on till 100K, but I got to take it a little easy. Dread, I don't want to go into the Bitcoin Beach stuff just yet, but very briefly, who are you? What's your Bitcoin story? You're not new to the show, but for anyone who's just tuning in for the first time. Oh,
Sorry, on mute. Sorry about that. Yeah, Dread. I'm a Bitcoiner living on an island. I live in Jamaica, and I preach the good word of Bitcoin. And I like to travel a lot, so I go to different places that I know there's Bitcoin emerging, and I go check it out. So that's really all I do. I'm not. I'm just a pleb.
I love it. And I'm just gonna, I know you're not anywhere close to doing this yet, but I'm just going to put it out into the universe. Dread is going to start hosting the first meetup in Jamaica on the beach. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to fly out. It's going to be fun. So now that I've said it, it has to happen.
Yeah,
and
no pressure.
Last but not least, Desiree, the queen of Bitcoin gaming. Who are you besides a lover of cicadas?
Yeah, so I'm Desiree. I am VP of Business Operations at Lightning Labs, which is kind of just a lot of everything. We do a lot of fun stuff, obviously, building infrastructure and developer tools for companies like Fold, like THNDR Games, to actually build on the Lightning Network. So that's really our focus, is dev tools. It's a lot of fun. People always ask me, like, what's the best thing about your job? It's like, I get to be at the intersection of the community and like work with all of these amazing people and like help them build and grow this like crazy thing that we call Lightning. And then on the side, I work on like a little side project with Jack and the guys at Zebedee on MintGox, which is a monthly virtual Bitcoin esports tournament. And it was always virtual until not next week, the week after, at Bitcoin 2021. We are hosting the first in-person esports event, and we are giving away over 1 Bitcoin in prizes, and there's like a bunch of other stuff that is going to happen, and more fun stuff to be announced. So yeah, I mean, if people are in Miami, check it out. It's gonna be absolutely wild.
Hold on 1 second, folks. Just 1 second. I need to.
Someone asked me about my Crocs charms. I will be wearing my Crocs in Miami, so if you want to see those, I have SpongeBob sweatpants on though today. So, but no Crocs, no Crocs.
I didn't know that you were Team Crocs. This is good to know. But more importantly, folks, bear with me. Oh wait, actually, hold on. There's a YouTube ad before I play this thing. Bear with me. Bear market with me. Ah, damn it. That's not what I wanted. Folks, are you hearing that siren? Are you hearing that siren? What is that siren? It's a troll alert. Troll alert, people. We've got someone in the chat. He says BTC is dead man walking. Dead man walking. And you know what? I disagree. And I would like to hear real quick, let's hear some rebuttals. Why is Bitcoin not dead man walking? Brett, you look like you got something to say, or Will.
Yeah, no, why is it not Dead Man Walking? Bitcoin is so alive. I think it's more alive in this recent, I don't even like using the word dip or correction, this recent volatility, let's just call it that. It has me absolutely more bullish than ever. And I feel like if you don't own any Bitcoin and you're out there and you own none, you are missing out just in being part of the revolution of Bitcoin. And you will look back later and you'll think, what was I thinking? I had the chance, I understood it, and I didn't do anything about it. So it's so alive, it's booming. I've had some conversations this week with some people in the traditional finance sector. They are just chomping at the bit to jump in with ETFs and collateral lending products. I'm just incredibly optimistic about Bitcoin, more so every day. Every day it's more validation. And every day
also,
that's get exchanged and nothing's stopping it.
How is Bitcoin dead? Also, I mean, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. And last time I checked, I actually spun the pizza wheel today and won sats. My last minute flight to Cleveland that I bought last night at midnight, I won 5,000 sats on. So, okay, thank you. Bitcoin's not dead. It's working just fine. And like, who cares about the price? Sorry.
I'm pretty sure the blocks are still coming in just as they always have for the last decade.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Exactly. I had a friend come to me and said, "Oh my God, I'm losing money." I said, "No, you're not. You have the same amount of Bitcoin as you had yesterday. So you didn't lose anything. In fact, you could be adding to your stack. You didn't lose anything."
Swan's numbers are growing.
We've been over this time and time before, right? Like 414 times they've declared it dead. This is the 415th time in our chat. So getting bored now, guys.
It's fine. We appreciate the trolls. You know, they make us answer these questions, and for someone who's new and they're just joining, these are serious questions for them, and that's all right. But I think I'm going to make this a thing. Every time someone trolls, I do the sirens. We do a troll alert. This is great. Let's just address the trolls. We don't feed them, but we address them. Let's talk a little bit about Lightning, the network itself first, and then we're going to get into, I think, the more fun aspects of Lightning, because as much as I love channel management, it's not as fun as gaming or earning sats back. But maybe that'll change. Maybe Will can gamify channel management for us. Des, could you kind of give us a brief overview of just where Lightning is, maybe like a little bit of it, like if you know any of the growth numbers off the top of your head, or what's exciting you right now, something that Lightning Labs has just put out or is coming out with soon, or?
Yeah, I mean, so many things. So we did try and get the numbers guy on here, Ryan, but he said, Des, like, I actually have work to do and I have a call. So okay, I'll let you do the work and I'll handle the fun stuff. I kid. But yeah, I mean, we've obviously seen a ton of growth of the network just generally in terms of public nodes. Obviously, private nodes are growing as well. But some stuff that I'm the most excited about, and I'm not sure if people checked it out, but was we put it out. It's called Terminal Web, and it's a really awesome way where it's like a rating system for your node. And it's really, when at Lightning Labs, we think not only about okay, hey, we need to grow the network and bring more people to the network. We need to bring more people to the network and give them the tools to run an awesome node. And so Terminal Web is really kind of a ranking score, and we're trying to gamify it a little bit and make it kind of fun to improving your node on the network. So in the end, not only are we growing the network, but we're growing a reliable, robust, and secure network, which is super, super important to us. So that was kind of the newest thing that we put out a couple weeks. And then, I mean, some other fun things coming up is obviously sidecar channels. Will, I know, I saw your name in an email that was about to go out. Just lots of fun stuff coming out around that. So yeah, that's the Lightning Labs kind of fun stuff. And then obviously all the gaming stuff I obviously love. I'm 100% convinced that gaming is the use case that's going to onboard the next billion people. I mean, obviously there's more work to be done past the next billion, but it's just such an easy, fun use case. I mean, even with Fold, just spinning to earn, making it super, super easy where you don't have to it reduces the friction of going to Coinbase or wherever people typically first buy their Bitcoin and actually spending to become a owner of Bitcoin or a hodler of Bitcoin. And, you know, just by like playing Bitcoin Bounce or Turbo 84, any of the Bitcoin games, I just play, I download it on my phone, I play, and I earn sats. It's as simple as that. It's like the most frictionless onboarding that we have at this point. So that's like my true love is the Bitcoin gaming.
I love that. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. First, I'm just going to guilt you into helping me with my node because it still says unstable on terminal web. But we're going to fix that, Des. We're going to fix that.
We are, and we are coming out with more guides and more helpful tutorials on how to improve your nodes. So it is coming. What you see is just a taste of what's to come. There's so much more in store for Terminal Web. So if you haven't checked it out, it's terminal.lightning.engineering. Yeah, I mean, I guess to answer your first question, like, you know, like people keep saying like, oh, like Lightning's always 2 years away, but it's here. Like everyone here is using it, and stuff like Lightning Terminal Terminal Web just shows that it's actually like quite mature, and you know, we're putting in the work to make it like even more robust and usable.
Will, you look like you wanted to chime in with something Des was saying.
I think Des is exactly right. I think the next millions are going to be Lightning native Bitcoin users. Like there's no other option to, if we want people number to go up, Lightning has to be there. It's a necessity. And I think this group here is some of my favorite group, both from educational standpoint, but also for building products that I actually truly think will be the bridge. I think gaming is a natural extension, rewards, it's easy. I look for the use cases that Trojan horse the next millions onto the network. And I think both of those options are ones that people can passively use, have fun most of all, and then all of a sudden look at their sats balance and realize they've earned more in rewards than they have in their savings account they've been working on for several years. And that's when you start questioning the money.
I love that. And I love that you said Trojan horse. I literally wrote that. I have that phrase in my show notes for today. So yes, we're going to Trojan horse Bitcoin into people's hearts and minds. It's going to be great. I do want to get to gaming, but I was blown away by what I was seeing down at Bitcoin Beach. Well, I didn't see it, but Dread was showing me some footage because he just came back from Bitcoin Beach, where Bitcoin Beach is down in El Salvador. It's like a Bitcoin village. Everyone's using Lightning, and the merchants are using it. Bitcoiners are going down there and supporting the economy, and it's really flourishing. We've got a couple of clips that I wanted to show. Dread, do you want to maybe kind of give us the rundown of what it was like there? I think you shared this last time, but you know, I think that was before you went, I think, actually. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I went down then I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought it would just be a couple of people using it, maybe, you know, some kind of proof of concepts happening, or, you know, a couple of people just trying to, you know, push it to the society, to the economy that was there on the town. But I swear, as soon as I got there until I left and I spent a week, I didn't spend $1. I didn't spend one piece of fiat currency at all, to be honest with you. From my hotel to my breakfast to my surfing lessons to my yoga classes, everything was paid for, not just with Bitcoin, but with Lightning. And everyone was using it, everyone was earning with it, and everyone was building with it. It was amazing. And I would always recommend people to go down there and check it out. I think they are in hyper Bitcoinization already. The only thing they're missing is the unit of account, because they're still, you know, denominating in dollars, but the medium of exchange is fully operational in El Salvador.
Oof. All right. Let's we've got 3 clips here. There was one of you guys all partying and dancing, and it's a great clip, but I don't want to risk it with the music. And Dread, you can do your dance move on the air if we really want to go there. All right, let's
dance down there, I'll tell you that.
let's play these clips, then we can discuss a little bit.
Arriba. Aquí? Arriba, la flechita ahí. So cool. She's gonna find you online instead of you scanning. Yeah. Ponga la cantidad.
$4.
$4. Siguiente. Confirmar. Okay. Now I get this. And Striker says, hey, you owe $4.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I say, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I pay. And you got it.
Boom.
Aqui, ela tem.
And boom.
Better.
And she got it.
You!
Nice.
Love that. Dread, Camilla wants to know, how are the pupusas? Excuse me.
Oh my God, they're to die for. Camilla, you should have told me about these before. It took me like 3 days to realize that they were there, and I feel like I missed out of 3 days of heaven. A pupusa a day it's the way to go. I don't know what they put in it, but I would eat it every day if I was there. It was such a nice town. Like the food was great, the people were nice, and they were all just happy to be using a currency that couldn't be deflated or censored. It was like they literally had hope because they were using Lightning. So I loved it down there.
Love to see it. And please note that the people down there are not as wide as they look in the video. For whatever reason, the streaming software we're using is compressing the vertical videos and making them look shorter than they are. All right, let's go with the next one. I actually didn't watch this one, so surprise, let's see what it is.
In El Salvador, Bitcoin Beach. So them call it Bitcoin Beach. It's a real sleepy town. I really like it. You can tell it's very much like Jamaica. Almost exactly like Jamaica. I feel like I'm somewhere along the road in Portland. You know, the beach is literally right there. You have bush and hills on that side.
I love it. All right, we got one more. When is this last one? Let's see. It's going to go wide again. Sorry, folks.
Fruit cart, side of the road, selling Bitcoin, fruits, taking strike on Bitcoin. He's about to pull it up on his phone. I just got some kiwi, some bananas, and I got some strawberries too. Oh yeah, here's my bag. Some kiwis, some bananas, some strawberries. See, while I got onto the beach. And then I'm gonna go surf. Bitcoin board, dude.
I
gotta teach how to video edit me. You're making me look too fat there, Ricky.
you ate too many pupusas, Dread. But you know, Bitcoin's dead, so obviously that was all just propaganda. You know, come on, man.
Yeah, that was all made up. Yeah.
I love that. All right,
I think that's the most encouraging news of the week. We talk about all the big headlines, but I think what we're seeing in El Salvador, that's the story of the week that really matters. And we all know Bitcoin is a tremendous store of value, but to see it as a medium for exchange in a micro economy like that, and see that's where it's germinating from, to me, that's the definition of gradually then suddenly. You see that, you're going to see more of that. That's going to grow. We couldn't do it in 2014 when we tried to push merchant adoption with Bitcoin on chain. It didn't work. We tried. This is going to work. I don't see it. I only see this increasing. This isn't gonna go down. It's not gonna plateau. This is it. That it's starting right there. You were at ground zero, Dread. That's it.
You know, we
agree. And all the builders were at ground zero too. Like all the people building, they were all down there too, looking and seeing what's going on and getting involved. You know, people working on the Lightning Network, people working with you guys. So I agree. It's ground zero.
There's still an elephant in the room, by the way. His name is Elon Musk. And the reason I bring him up, because it does disgust me a little bit to even say his name anymore. But this week, we actually saw him admit that Lightning is useful, which I thought was really, really interesting, at least for now, so he says. He might end up being a big blocker, but you know, we'll see what happens there. I wonder if anyone here has any thoughts on, you know, Elon's journey, let's call it, because it might not be over. You know, I kind of wrote him off. I thought it was all completely a joke, but maybe somebody got to him and maybe he's doing a little bit more research now. I want to open it up to everybody, but then I want to go to Brett afterwards because Brett has a bit of an interesting history with Elon. So anyone here have thoughts on Elon and Lightning?
I have so many thoughts, and I could care less, honestly. You know, I think it's like great when we have these people like Michael Saylor and Elon Musk come and support and get involved, but I mean, who cares? Like, Bitcoin is for everyone, and like that's the point. Like, we need to stop treating these people like our saviors, like that they're going to like bring Bitcoin to the masses, and it's not about them. It has nothing to do with them. Like, if they're on board, great. If they're not, then fuck them. Like, they'll learn in the end. Like, sorry. But I mean, Elizabeth says this all the time. It's just like, we're bringing Bitcoin to the billions, not the billionaires. And like, that's the whole point. So I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't care what he says. He can be on board. He can't, like, it's fine. I mean, we're just going to keep building. I mean, that's like my whole theory on it. Like, the point is like to stop making rich people even richer and, you know, just empower, like bring financial empowerment and freedom to the masses, not make these billionaires richer.
So much yes. All right. Anybody else? If not, let's go to Brett. Brett, you've got some thoughts on this that I know you want to share. What do you got for us? Give us some context.
Yeah, Desiree is absolutely right. We shall not worship false idols, and the emperor has no clothes. And I think all of us were disappointed in his, you know, what was it? It was a week ago. Yeah, it was like 9 days ago. It was a Wednesday. Yeah. When he tweeted the kind of the first missile against Bitcoin by saying, "Oh, Tesla's not going to use it as a form of payment anymore," and then a few days later, that tweet about, you know, oh, make Bitcoin 10x faster and 100x less fees, that really revealed he doesn't understand Bitcoin at all. And so that was what I found disappointing. If he's gonna make comments, I would hope that they'd be informed comments. He is such a smart man, and he's done a lot for all of us. You know, I worked with him at SpaceX. He interviewed me, so I had to get past him to get hired there after I made it past eight other people. The last one was Elon, and he, you know, he hired me. So he works by first principles, and if you're going to go to Elon with an idea, you better have your data right. You better have your argument set up, and you need to be well informed to have any discussion with him, because he will shoot holes in it. So for him to be very flippant about Bitcoin and Doge and the tweets and the emojis and the memes, I just feel it's a bit irresponsible, because his audience, his reach is so broad. I think when you have 50+ million followers, you're one of the most famous people in the world, you're one of the richest people in the world, I just would hope that you'd be a little bit more responsible with the things you say, and they do affect other people. So I was disappointed in that regard. But like Desiree said, in the end, it really doesn't matter. It's great if he's on board. If he's not, he will eventually. Everyone will eventually. If he wants to make informed opinions and write a blog post about why Tesla is no longer holding Bitcoin or not using it for a transaction, great. Write a thought-out blog post and let us all kind of read it. But these don't do it on Twitter. We all love Twitter. I love Twitter. We all do. But I think it has limitations for this type of stuff. And there's other forums to broadcast your thoughts, and it's not Twitter. And look, don't underestimate Elon. He's super resourceful. He can do a lot, and I hope he does. And he's a fallible human being like all of us. So, you know, I think in hindsight, he probably regrets doing it, and you know, now he has to live with that. But you know, it'll be forgotten soon enough. I think we all move on and we just keep building.
You know, Brett, I had this realization the other day. I was thinking about this, and I was trying to make sense of it all. And there's a lot of people in the chat who are talking about, you know, that he just wants airtime, and yeah, I think you're all right, and we're not going to give him too much more airtime. But basically, not everyone can be I'm going to give some examples here, and I'll explain what they are. But like, not everyone can be a Michael Saylor. Not everyone can be a BTC Sessions. Not everyone can be a Camilla Campton. Shout out to Camilla. See you there in the audience. And what do I mean by this? What I mean is that not everyone can go from zero straight to understanding Bitcoin. I didn't. You know, I bought some Bitcoin, a little bit of Bitcoin a while ago, and then I fell down the shitcoin rabbit hole, and it took me a while to crawl my way back out. And not everyone can take this straight and narrow path to understanding all of this. And so while, Brett, I agree that it would be nice if he could take more responsibilities and think about his actions a bit more. You know, everyone's a person. Not everyone gets Bitcoin immediately, and I think we kind of have to remember that. But this is not fun. let's do something fun. Let's talk about the fun side of Bitcoin. Let's talk about games. Des, we've got a video that you sent me that we're going to show. I don't know if you want to introduce it a little bit, and then we can kind of talk about all the fun stuff that's going to be happening in the gaming world next week.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't even watched the video. I just was like, hey, can you guys send me something? So I'm assuming it showcases some CSGO, you know, with Bitcoin infused. So I mean, I don't know. Let's roll it. I'm down to watch it.
All right, folks, roll the tape. Roll the tape. We'll see what we got. I like it. I'm excited. Will,
Not
I just
bad.
watched something, and if you're not doing this, you need to do this. You need a real live physical spin wheel at the conference, a real one. And if you don't have a place to put it, you can put it in the dome in the Swan Lounge dome. Get one made. Put some tacos on there. Have some actual prizes, some sats we can give away. You need a physical spin wheel. I see you nodding.
I mean, one thing you don't lack, Brecky, is good ideas. So I think that's wonderful. But we may just one up that idea a little bit at Bitcoin 2020 in Miami. We got something in store that's very strange, very weird, but actually very related to Bitcoin and gaming at that intersection. So maybe we'll do the spin wheel too if we can handle it. But I think we'll have fun no matter what in the Swan tent. I'll be there for sure.
We will. I'm gonna do some research and find you somebody who can make you this wheel ASAP. We'll talk, because I really want to spin a physical wheel. But let's get into the gaming. So there's gonna be an esports tournament, Des. Anyone can play? Like, I saw that, but I thought, like, I didn't know that anyone can kind of hop in. Like, what games are there going to be? Which games are open to everybody? How's it going to work? Did you find a really funny, really good-looking commentator to co-host with Mandelduck yet?
Of course, myself. Just kidding.
Talking about me. Talking about me, Des.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you are going to come and co-host when you are available, if you can. But we're leaving that open, making it super flexible. Don't want to stifle your shine. No, yeah, anybody can come participate. I mean, there are some, like, obviously closed tournaments. There is half a Bitcoin in prizes for the Bitcoin Rally tournament that qualifiers are going on now, which, Jack, I believe, like, you are, like, co-hosting one or something. I'm not sure. I'm just planning. I don't get to do any of the fun stuff anymore. And then there will be open CSGO tournaments, as you guys saw. So, you know, if people want to come and play during free time, there will be, like, some really high stakes, I believe, deathmatch tournaments. So if people want to come play that, also virtual, people can, if people join our Discord, you can join virtually and play and have just as good of a chance as everybody else at winning. And then there will also be the mobile games that will all have tournaments. So Jack, I know I need to get back to you on exact prizes, but Turbo 84 and Bitcoin Balance will be featured. So Jack will be doing a demo of those and talking about his games, and then also hosting a tournament. And then Sarah Toby as well will be doing, like, a 24-hour tournament during the event. So yes, everybody can come. The one big CSGO showcase will be, there's, like, a Bitcoin team, like, large scale bracket. So, like, Fold will have a team, Lightning Labs will have a team, and we'll just, like, do kind of like this guest kind of tournament. So it's going to be pretty cool. But there's just going to be, I mean, there's honestly, like, we're having a hard time figuring out how to give out all of these stats. It's just, like, absolutely insane, because it's like, okay, like, would it be weird if someone walked away with, like, $10,000 for, you know, playing, like, a 10-minute CSGO match? Like, would that be weird? I don't know. So we're like, you know, I mean, and then obviously the price, who knows what it will be then. So yeah, it's going to be pretty wild.
Jack, don't kill me, but I came up with another killer idea. Okay. We need to do like a physical version of Bitcoin Bounce, a giant Bitcoin ball, and like big,
Yeah.
like you got to bounce it and like an obstacle course. Like, oh, this could be so much fun. All right.
Yeah, or you could all rent cars, go down to the strip on the beach, and do some Turbo 84 action.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Also,
actually Miami was my inspiration for the look and feel of that game. Was like I've never been there, but I was like, I wonder what it'd be like, you know. So I wish I could.
Also, I'm trying to get Poyo Feed. He's like been toying with these like little I don't know robot. Well, they're like robots, and he was like sending me all these videos, and I was like, well, why don't you just put a like a plush chicken on top of those like little robot cars that you're like playing around with, and then like put like URL QR codes on them and let people feed the chickens if like they catch the chicken like running around in the event. So this is like my master plan. I don't know if I can get him to do it, but like how funny would that be if there's just like these like chickens? It would just be crazy. So I don't know. We'll see.
Right,
yes,
cool.
I'm just happy you debunked the conspiracy about Poyo Feed, that it was just an endless loop on video. So I'm glad it's real chickens, but now we're going to make them not real chickens. The whole thing's good.
Yeah, that's like the biggest fight at Lightning Labs is that Lalu insists that it's fake. And so we constantly get in arguments about it. It's like the hardest thing like for us to like come to a decision on for sure.
I'm going to be doing Poyo Feed at one of the food trucks. I'm going to be paying Lightning for some chicken and feeding myself. So it'll be my own sort of little Poyo Feed. Excited.
All right. I feel that.
All right, cool. We've touched on, I think, what a lot of people are working on. But maybe let's get in the weeds a little bit. Let's talk about Bitcoin adoption. Let's talk about these Trojan horses. Let's brainstorm some more wild, zany ideas that none of us have time to actually do, but we're going to try to do. What have you all seen lately that, something that you're not working on, so maybe something that someone else is working on that you were just like, whoa, this is awesome. I can really see this taking off. This is great for adoption. Do some research for me because I'm lazy. What's cool and exciting?
All right, I got like 70 million of them. I don't know. Have you guys heard of Impervious AI yet?
No, tell us.
No one? Okay. All right. So it's like a VPN on Lightning. Like I can't even begin to explain it. But they're basically building like a censorship resistant technology stack on top of Lightning. It's like some really cool stuff. So like that's like the next thing I'm super pumped about. It's like, okay, so you can like pay per hop. So like if you want, like you can decide like what level of privacy you want. Anyways, check it out. They literally just came out of Ryan and I have this thing called the Lightning Labs, where it's like this launch pad of ideas where we just like throw out like 5 or 6 ideas of things that people at Lightning Labs are thinking about and see if like anybody wants to hack on them or build them. And there are actually 2 in the past 3 months that have popped up, one of them being Impervious AI. And I just like absolutely love what they're doing. So if you go to impervious.ai, check it out. They'll be at the conference. Like, I mean, they just came out of nowhere. And I'm just like loving what they're putting out.
I mean, today we saw Cash App enable Satoshis as the unit of account on Cash App. So I think products do a lot, education does a lot, but the narrative memes go a long way. And so when we talk about a frame like Cash App reframing how people can experience Bitcoin from a Satoshi level, which it goes hand in hand with Lightning, I think is a huge boon for adoption. Brecky, I know you're the one shilling sats all the time. This brand new coin's going to hit $1 someday. I think those efforts are important. Fold believes in that. We've only denominated in Satoshis. We only talk about sats. Sometimes people say, hey, Fold, I really wish you would actually list Bitcoin instead of the shitcoin sats that you're listing. I'm like, oh my God, we have so much farther to go. But it takes products like this, education, memes, to all reinforce this and actually make it a reality. We are like wishing this into reality, and I'm bullish on that type of stuff. So,
Well, that was the peak of my life when my dad called me and was like, listen, I got to tell you about this thing called Fold. And there's something called a Satoshi. And I was like, if you're about to mansplain to me what a Satoshi is, honestly, just go for it, because I'm so happy that we're at this point. It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been on a crusade for unit bias myself, especially the last few weeks. Brecky and I hosted a clubhouse the other day, and it was great. And I could talk about unit bias for an hour. It's a real problem. It's not going to go away. I think some Bitcoin purists they don't like sats. They would rather see decimal point Bitcoin. I as a purist, I kind of like that too, but that's not reality. And we have to live in the world that we have to make some compromises. And I think even if we feel it's not right, it's still better to do it this way. I don't think it's that much of a sacrifice to be an advocate for sats. I think it's super important. It really is. People can get their head around it much faster. I think we have to do it. There's no other way.
I mean,
it's way better than bits back. Come on. There's
40 million millionaires in the world, 21 million Bitcoin. Like, there's no way in hell that we are living in a world denominated in Bitcoin. It will be in Satoshis. There's just the human mind is not even built for that type of decimal point. So, and so I think it's a thing that you can understand why OGs, and there's this this pushback a bit, but I think anyone talking about sats the standard are really talking about the future of Bitcoin and where we want to be and where we should make the space. So not everyone's going to be happy, but we do what we do.
Yeah, props to you, Will, for being a leader in that with Fold. That's really, we need to see more of that. I didn't hear the cash news today. That's exactly what we've been advocating for. And I think Swan, I'm sure, has it on there. It's a product update. And then, can we get Coinbase to do it? I think eventually. I'd rather see it sooner than later. Are they going to take 3 years to do it? I don't know.
And one of the things I realized that helps is actually playing with Lightning. I really didn't think in my head in sats until I started using the Lightning Network a lot, creating channels. We actually have a group of plebs that are creating channels together based on friendship. D++, if you guys know her, put it together. KYCjelly.com is the group, and we just kind of make channels and pass back and forth hints on balancing. And it's over 60 people now have joined this group, and it's just all based on friendship. And we all denominate in stats now because that's what we're talking. So Dread. I really believe that you're working. Yeah, you're in it too, aren't you?
No, I want in on this group. Get me in there. I need in.
I just joined it. I need to I'm so bad at Telegram, but it's the best name for a group again? Ever. KYC Jelly.
I like that.
Just go to kycjelly.com and you'll see it.
It's amazing.
I love that name. To Greg in the chat, I would like to give you a couple of messages. One, F you, Greg. It's the standard greeting for Greg. Please, everyone in the chat, please say F you, Greg, to Greg. But also,
F you, Greg.
Greg alluded to the fact that he's working on something. And Greg, I don't think Greg works. He just makes memes all day. But that being said, let's work on something. I own lightningmeme.com. So let's come up with an idea. Let's bring memes and Lightning together, and let's bring sats to the world. So I see you, Greg. Let's do some brainstorming, and let's make this happen. Desiree can link us with a developer who actually knows what they're doing.
Of course.
All righty, folks. We're coming up on an hour, and normally we do Swan Force Fridays towards the end of the show, which, as I mentioned, we put everyone on the clock. We give them 60 seconds to do their best Bitcoin pitch. But I wanted to kind of give everyone a moment to talk about either what they're working on or something they're excited about, or maybe share those super secret updates that are coming to the Fold app, perchance. Although I know you're not going to. And then we can do Swan Force Fridays. Anyone have anything to share before we move on? Jack, new game, perchance? Give us a hint. Come on, give us an exclusive. Oh, he's telling us about his new game, but he's on mute. What an asshole. Oh, excuse me.
No, I'm working on a new game actually. This week we just sort of made a prototype, and in my Telegram group, I need to remember to do it before I go to bed. I'm going to just drop in the APK if anyone wants to join our Telegram group, and it's just like a prototype. So as I develop new games, I'm going to kind of try and develop them in the open, because one thing with Bitcoin I feel is there's all these amazing things come out, but we're always like waiting for like years for the next like super awesome feature. So because we can easily make these little prototype games, I think in our Telegram group we're going to start putting some more rough ideas out there and see if we can get some community ideas on how to make them better. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I don't know how evolved it will be for the conference. It might be a bit of an underground tournament, and like I might do a little special tournament for that, only if you're in the inner circle. But yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
All right, I love it. Camilla, saving my butt here. She's got a great question, and then we'll end on this question. Then we'll move on to Swan Force Fridays. What are you looking forward to most in Miami if you're going? And you can't say one of your own things that you're doing. It's got to be something else that's happening. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Mint Gox tournament. See, I said it for you, Des. All right, Des, what else are you excited for?
Oh, man. I don't know. I love Miami. It's like one of my favorite places. So what am I most excited? I mean, just seeing people. I was at the Austin BitDevs meetup last week, and it was just like incredible. Like being with like Justin Moon and Ben from Shared Bets and Ryan. It was just like insane. Like just all the ideas and just being in person again. I mean, I know that's like kind of a cop-out answer, but honestly, like I felt so alive. It was like being on like some insane drug, just like interacting with people. Although like warning, like my social skills have degraded quite a bit over the past year and a half. So
I'm with you there. The Brecky you see on camera, well, it's pretty much the same Brecky you'll see at the conference, but we'll see how I do in the crowds. I haven't been around people in a while. Brett, my friend, what are you looking forward to in Miami?
Hanging out with everyone, just in person at IRL. It's going to be great. Just can reconnect with some people I haven't seen in a while. The 2019 conference in San Francisco was so much fun. It was orders of magnitude smaller, but it was the energy was great, and we all have Bitcoin in common. So that's it's nice when you have a common idea and everyone gets together and kind of we feed off each other, and we're going to learn. We're going to come out of there more bullish and knowing more about Bitcoin than when we got there. Specifically, I think Nick Szabo, I'm looking forward to seeing him speak. It's just he's certainly a pioneer in cryptography and digital money, and yeah, it'd be great to see him in person. So
he's such a shell out. Terrible joke. Anyway,
it's a good joke, but only if you know the reference.
Everyone in the chat, if you're new to Bitcoin, go read "Shelling Out" by Nick Szabo. Otherwise, I'm done with you. Will, aside from all the things that have been mentioned and seeing all your friends, because we know that's exciting, what are you excited for?
I mean, obviously the pleb crawls are going to be great. Last Bitcoin 2019, Lightning Berlin, all of those experiences, I found new people to add to the full team, made some connections about things that I never thought to build before, got to meet Jack, Des. We hung out in Berlin, LA, Brecky, everyone. Every time I go to these, the products get better. So we're going to go there, and I guarantee you we're going to see a slew of announcements of some just crazy stuff that people are building all across the ecosystem. And then not only that, the time that we're going to spend together, I guarantee you we are going to see an absolute explosion in new creativity, innovation coming out of this that wouldn't have happened if we weren't all hanging out together in Miami. So I'm looking forward to that.
I have to apologize actually, because Jack is not going to be able to make it to the conference. So this is a bit awkward. Jack, what are you excited about for the conference? You can't go.
I would just echo what everyone said. I think what I would enjoy would be after the conference is that feeling when you come back from the conference, you're like, oh my God, that was the best 3 days ever. And like everything Will said, it just leaves you with this kind of super excitement that you're not alone and trying to build something for Bitcoin. There's other people as passionate as you. and it also makes you super bullish about Bitcoin. You're like, I've got to buy more. I don't know. I've got to sell my car. It's like you sort of go a bit crazy and have this euphoria. So it's kind of like that drug. That's what I'd look forward to.
Definitely, and we'll be streaming live in the Swan Dome, which I'll talk about in a second. So for those who want to tune in, you'll be able to do that remotely. I know the conference is going to be streaming, so don't have too much FOMO. Dread, take us away, sir. I know you're already in Miami, so you're probably already excited.
I've been excited, but I mean, it's really, along with the friends you meet along the way, like Des said, it's really about the awareness. I mean, I feel like every year these things happen and there's a wave of awareness that happens, with the newbies that haven't really heard about it. And I think that wave is going to come again. And, the speakers that are going to be there are going to be able to spread the word to these new people and really build the community more, because, awareness is what allows us to create more by, contributions, by open source development being funded. I'm actually on the board for a company called OpenSats. If you go to opensats.org, and we do free open source development contributions, 100% pass through, and we're working with a lot of companies to, make sure that stays that way. So we'll be down there too. I think the founder, Ben Price, is speaking. So I'm excited to see that and see everybody be aware about, how the awareness of our community can build our community just by talking about it.
Yes, Dread. Yes, so much yes. All right, and last but definitely not least, myself. I'm not going to talk too much about what I'm excited for, because I think you all know I'm excited about gaming. I'm excited about all the different talks that are happening. I'm really excited for Max Kaiser and Sailor to get on stage together. That one's going to be a good one. I'm also very excited. Here comes the Swan Show, folks. You knew it was coming. We're going to have a dome, a big, giant dome. And most importantly, it's going to have air conditioning. It's going to be it's going to be a hard to get commodity down there. So stop by. We're going to be giving away some exclusive Swan Force merch and Swan merch. I'm not going to tell you what it is. We've got some fun wearables, some more gag ones that are kind of funny, which you'll have to find out about when you get there. We're also going to be live streaming the entire time. So the Swan Dome inside is going to be arranged almost like a miniature stage of sorts. So we're going to have a full-on lineup of guests. We're going to be doing shows all day long. We're going to have folks like Preston Pish, Max and Stacy. Vijay Boyapati is going to be launching his book there. We're going to do a book signing for Inventing Bitcoin, Jan's book. He'll be there. You can meet Jan. You meet the whole Swan team. Get your book signed. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to, well, I'm not going to share everything. We've got some more fun things planned that are going to be a surprise. You'll have to find out about it. And yeah, it's going to be a good time, folks. Now it's time for Swan Force Fridays. I've been talking too much. Nobody likes to hear me talk. I don't even like to hear me talk. Let me bring in the countdown. And while I do that, do I have any volunteers? And before you raise your hand, let me explain how this works for those who are new. But basically, we give you 60 seconds to give us your best Bitcoin pitch, and you can pitch anyone. You could do a general pitch to the world. You could pitch Ben Bernanke. You could pitch Paul Krugman. I do enjoy the funny one, so if you want to go for a funny one, go for it. You could pitch your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, that teacher back in high school who said you never amount to nothing, that person, whoever you want. All right, let's bring this in. Wait, let me change up this view. I don't like this view. Let's see if this works. Nope, that doesn't work either. All right, we're going to go with the cinema style view. Oh, Will. That was by accident, but it looks like you're going first, sir. All right, who are you going to pitch today?
Who am I going to pitch today? I'm just going to riff on one. We'll see if there's an audience for it or not. We'll see.
I like it. Give me 1 second. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
All right, when the first block was mined over a decade ago, you can think of that as the starting bell, the beginning for the greatest game ever invented in the history of the world. A game where we have the opportunity to accumulate the most rare asset that you can imagine in a world when we need it most. And you have the opportunity to get a head start on the rest of the world. The game is there's only 21 million of these, and they exist in many parts all around the world. Other collaborators, competitors are all trying to get the exact same thing. It's your job to find the tools around you, DCA with Swan, Sats back with Fold, Game with THNDR Games, Education with Dread. These tools are going to be what separates you from the rest and lets you gobble up as much of that 21 million before the billionaires and the Warriors of the world do. So be your own Mario and stack some sats, and hopefully you'll come out a winner.
Oh, wait, I was muted. Sorry. I did it. Woo! You didn't hear it the first time. Thank you, Will. That was great. Do I have any hands raised to go next? Don't make me pick you.
I'll go next.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
I'm just gonna wing. I'm gonna wing it. I don't think I need a minute.
Who are you going to pitch today?
I'm pitching to all of my friends who text me this week, crapping themselves, and they're like scared that Bitcoin's dead. So this is specifically to my friends.
I love it. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you got scared this week. Bitcoin crashed, but don't worry about it, because there's people like everyone on this panel, and we're literally, our life is Bitcoin. We spend Bitcoin, we use Bitcoin. There are many, many millions of people like us, and it's not just a speculative tool. For some people, it's like a real life asset that they use in their day to day, like Brett said earlier, and in El Salvador. So rest assured that there's strong hands holding this up. And please don't text me every day that the price drops 10%, because I'm trying to build products for you so that the price will just go up. All right. So leave me alone and just hold.
Oh, that was great. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
All right, we got 3 more. Raise a hand.
I'll go.
All right, Brett. Sometimes I do extend the time, but I'm not going to do that for you. I'm gonna enforce the 1 minute clock on you, my friend. All right, you've been doing this long enough. You know how to keep it to a minute.
I can. I am talking to those out there. We're running. Okay. Are you going?
Yeah. Who are you pitching?
Oh, I'm pitching people who think that they should buy alts instead of Bitcoin.
Interesting. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Those of you out there considering the latest altcoin, the latest meme coin, the latest tweet from whomever, thinking you're missing out, I have a word for you. You're not missing out. That word is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only coin that will be left standing long term. So you can mess around with those coins. You can make money. You can. So if you ask me, hey, should I buy this coin or that coin? And I say no, and then it goes up and you think I shouldn't have listened to Brett. Well, don't ask me about altcoins. The only altcoin I'm interested in, it's called Sats, and you can get it anywhere you can get Bitcoin. So think about that. You are basically asking me about junk bonds and penny stocks, and I'm not interested in those. I'm interested in investments and long-term viability of something amazing. Bitcoin is the greatest invention since the internet. And for you to waste time with anything else is to your detriment.
Boom. I gave you a little extra time, but I don't think you needed it. Thank you, Brett. That was great. You didn't even talk about stopping the endless wars of the fiat printing press. What happened, man?
Let me just add that. Everyone thinks of Bitcoin as an investment. To me, it is not an investment. It is not a thing that you sell later and make money on. To me, Bitcoin is world-changing, and it is freedom from tyranny. So if you think, I need another 5 minutes, Becky. What are we going to do?
All right, no worries. Oh, wait, I just lost the counter. Give me a second. Sorry. I mean, Brett, why don't we'll go to Dread, and then if you want to do a monologue at the end about Bitcoin, we can do that also. Oh, wait, no, or Desiree. Who should I pick?
You got 2 left. There's okay.
I'm making.
I'll go.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Dread's going. No. Oh, okay. So I'm going to. Wait, what? Do I tell you who I'm pitching?
Yes.
Okay, I'm pitching everyone who got wrecked in Dogecoin.
Oh, all right. This one might hurt. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
All right, friends, welcome to the support group. As you may know, I once was someone who believed in Dogecoin. That's how I got into Bitcoin, and that was my gateway drug, and that is what is going to be for you as well. So don't feel bad for the one over that Elon pulled on you. Don't look at him as your savior. He's just another man who's going to disappoint you. So grow some balls, realize that Dogecoin was not it. There's always the next one. So the next one for you is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is here for you, and you will figure it out with Bitcoin. So you might have gotten wrecked, but like, pick it up, move on. Bitcoin is here. Dogecoin is not the answer. It was fun for a while, but we're here for you guys. Come to this group. This is Dez's support group for ex-Dogecoiners. So I'm here for you.
That was fantastic. That was great. We need more of this. I could see a whole TikTok channel on this. All right, Dread. Who are you going to pitch today?
Let's see. I think I'm going to pitch all of the good reggae music and entertainment artists that I know, like Protege, Damian Marley, Yaksta, those people. I'm preaching to them.
This one's for Bob. I like to think he would have been a Bitcoiner. You know, at least I hope so.
He would have been.
All right.
Yeah. Greetings and blessed love, my esteemed entertainment individuals. I watch you guys all the time. You've brought strength and happiness to all of our diaspora in times of need. You guys preach about, fighting oppression and, the ways that we can march out of Babylon, as you say, into the promised land. And you talk about it for years and years and years. And now I want you to know that the tool that you've been looking for, the tool you've been preaching about, the tool that's going to free us from these oppressors, it's here. And it's called Bitcoin. And it's denominated in sats. And I would love for you guys to take a look at it, to spend a little bit of time and not only learn about it, but start using it and then start talking about it, because the platforms that you have, that the message that you're preaching right now, it's the same message that we're preaching. We're saying the same thing from two different angles. You want freedom? This will provide you freedom. And if you talk about it to the people that you love and that you sing to, it's going to provide them freedom as well. Blessed love, and keep it real.
Boom, Dread. That was great. Right on time. All right. I don't usually do these, but I'm going to do a brief one. It's not really a pitch per se. Maybe it's a little bit of a pitch. I guess I should put myself on the clock. It's only fair. So I was doing some artwork the other day. I was 3D printing, and I didn't know what to print. And I ended up 3D printing this guy right here. I don't know if you could see him. He's the Bitcoin roller coaster guy. And I don't know if you've seen the memes, the GIFs. There's some of my favorite ones out there. The Bitcoin roller coaster guy, he's always smiling. The roller coaster goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And I thought to myself, we can learn so much from the Bitcoin roller coaster guy. Enjoy the ride, folks. It goes up, it goes down, and that's just part of it. It's part of the ride. So smile, enjoy it. Try to read a book while you're on the roller coaster. Listen to a podcast. These are the times when you brush up on your Bitcoin knowledge. Go read Inventing Bitcoin. There's a lot to Bitcoin, more than just the roller coaster. That's all I wanted to say, folks. All right, I'm done for today. I'm Brecky, and I'm done speaking. A little clubhouse joke there. I think that Dread got me.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. It's been a fun show. Feel free to make some closing remarks if you'd like, but otherwise, it's Friday. We got Fridays to go enjoy. Where can everybody find you all? I love not saying who should go first, because then it's always like a free for all. Jack, where can everyone find you? Where can everyone play your amazing games? Let us know. Oh, there, really? That's where we can find you? No, we can't, Jack, we can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted.
I'm such a noob at this whole setup. Yeah, THNDR Games is the website to find my games, and there's the current events are on there as well that we're doing. And if you go to my Twitter, THNDR Games, and it's spelled THNDR Games, and I always put announcements on there when there's anything new or any new tournaments. So that's probably the best place to follow.
Dread, where can everyone find you, and when is the first meetup on the beach?
Not sure. TBD for the first meetup on the beach, but you'll be the first to know. You can find me on Twitter at polevaultdream.com. I mean, at polevaultdream, no .com at the end. That's Dread. And then also through OpenSats, if you want to donate, you can find me there as well. And also in Jamaica on the beach. So come on down and let me know if you're coming.
Oh my God, Greg, stop trolling everyone. Go away.
Oh yeah, and F you, Greg.
F you, Greg. All right, Des, I think everyone knows where to find you, but where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Dickerson_Des. Yeah, that's where I'm at on Twitter. And then obviously come find me in Miami in Wynwood, and then also I'll obviously be on South Beach. So come find me and hang out. Excited to see people in person.
Brett, where can people follow you? Tell everyone about your blog real quick if you want.
Yeah, Morrison Brett on Twitter, and I wrote a Bitcoin guide on my blog. So if you go to brettmorrison.com/Bitcoin, it's a getting started guide, and I based it on an email that I would send to friends when they asked me about Bitcoin. I'd say, hey, just read some of this and start with this. And so I turned it into a public resource. And, you know, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. So I try. Go there, land there. A lot of good links, curated. You know, I don't add, I don't update it that much. Only if something's really worthy. So every couple weeks I add something new to it, but it's a good core way to get started on Bitcoin.
I love it. And Will, where can people find you? Where can they sign up for the Fold card? And what is that time, that special time during the day where if you spin at the exact moment you win the full Bitcoin?
420.69. So I'm going to, you can catch me at the Pleb Crawls in Miami. I will be there. That's primarily, but if you're not going to be there, I'll be on Twitter primarily. Check out Fold. Go to the App Store. Just go to Fold. You'll download there. I would say definitely have the app if you are in Miami, or actually just have it anyway, because it will be anywhere and everywhere. But we hope to launch something cool there, so I encourage you all to definitely have it. And if you have the Fold card, make sure it's loaded as well. So lots of fun stuff coming. We've only gotten, we're only just getting started. So things are looking up for Bitcoin and for Fold.
Amen to that. All right, guests, I love you all very much. It was a lot of fun today. I had a great time. I'm glad you joined me. Thank you for that. Now get the hell out of here. It's time for me to shill Swan, and I'll see y'all soon. Hey, folks. Great show. Thank you for tuning in. F you, Greg. I'll say it again. F, that's the letter F, the letter U, G-R-E-G, F you, Greg. To everyone who joined us, thank you so much. If you're a Swan customer, we appreciate you. We appreciate you going out there and shilling Bitcoin, telling all your friends about Bitcoin, why it's so important. Remember, go to your dashboard. You'll find the link to give away Inventing Bitcoin for free to your friends and family. It's a great book. Go read it. I read it like once a year. It's like a ritual for me. Like, read it over and over again, but also read new stuff. There's so much good knowledge out there. Check out our blog. Go to swanbitcoin.com/blog, but just go to swanbitcoin.com. You can find the blog from there. We'll be in Miami, as I said, folks. We'll have another show next week. Guests TBD, but we'll probably talk about the conference. I can't imagine that we won't. Stop by the Dome if you're going to Miami. Come get some amazingly cool Swan merch like this thing. Actually, we're not giving away t-shirts, but we do have some cool stuff, I promise. DM me on Twitter if you want to join our Telegram group. We've got a Telegram group set up for the conference. We can connect with everyone. It's going to be all sorts of events. We will be there. I'll be in Miami a few days early, so hit me up if you're in Miami. Let me know. I think that's all I got for today, folks. Enjoy your Fridays. Stack the dip, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and be like the Bitcoin roller coaster guy, okay? Smile. Enjoy the ride. See you later, folks.